Until one night when I spent the night. We slept on couches in the main room of her basement. It was just like any other sleepover. We played video games, watched movies, the usual, and then fell asleep. I saw another user mention their Ouija board experience and it inspired me to share my own. So there is a little background to this story and it starts with my best friend. For the sake of the story, we'll call my best friend Joan. My best friend's room was in the basement of her mother's house, so that's where we spent most of our time when I would go over to her house. The minute you would descend the stairs to the basement, your blood would run cold and chills would run down your spine and you'd feel like you were being watched the very moment you'd take a step. I, to this day, refuse to go into that basement alone. Joan, my best friend for all intents and purposes, started to tell me stories of how at the foot of her bed there would be a tall shadowy figure, so tall his head went through the ceiling. She would sometimes wake up pulled halfway off the foot of her bed, like something had yanked her. She had her room sage doused in holy water, blessed, and she had pinned a rosary to the wall right behind where the figure stood, but none of it helped. Of course I believed her, but I wasn't sure if maybe there could be any other explanations. Until one night when I spent the night. We slept on couches in the main room of her basement. It was just like any other sleepover. We played video games, watched movies, the usual, and then fell asleep. I woke up around 3 or 4 a.m. to something standing over me. The best way I can describe it? Super tall and shadowy. The next time I came over, I offered to bring my Ouija board. If something happened, cool. If not, oh well. So we set up in her basement, discussed the rules, and started. At first not much happened, but we were patient. Then we started getting responses. The room felt cold. It felt like we were being watched from every angle. Then the planchette moved to hello. We looked at each other, suspicious of each other's possible interference, but you could tell neither of us had anything to do with it. We asked its age. It said 4 or 5. We asked if it was a boy or a girl. It was a boy. At this time we both asked the other if they were moving it at all. We both said no. Joan had genuine concern in her eye, but I know I wasn't moving it. Next we asked its name. Ziggy is what it told us. We asked how it died. It said fire. We tried to make small talk. Favorite color? Favorite food? But it wanted nothing to do with that. It spelled a lot of things incorrectly and finally stopped responding altogether. We said thank you and goodbye, and my friend blessed her basement again, and to this day she is so freaked out she won't touch an Ouija board again. After some further research, it said that the letter Z in children's personas, along with misspelled words, are common patterns when speaking to demons, which freaked us out enough. But we got to talking with someone who is also very into the paranormal, and she reminded of something that completely went over our head. Spirits can lie too. Whatever we talked to that day likely wasn't telling the truth, and there was probably never a little boy named Ziggy.